Yeah, he was playing great. Best of his career, one of the top tackles in the league, the way he's been playing this year. So when we have him back, I think that opens up some things that we can do. You know, he wants to get it back out there. I know he does. You know, we'll see if he is. But I think, you know, Cody stepping into his spot, I think he's done an admirable job. But it'd be great to have him back out there.
Mike Tomlin said that you guys come out like gangbusters in the fourth quarter, and he was saying that, you know, they've got to be able to play well for 60 minutes against you guys because of the way you guys have played recently in the fourth quarter. In the games that you've started fast and got up on some teams, what do you think's been the difference in when you've been able to score early on in the games and the games that you haven't been able to do it?
Well, we've also lost. I think we were 3-5 when we score first this year. So I don't think that's been. You know, we've found a lot of different ways to lose games this year, not just scoring first or coming back and losing it at the end, but a lot of different ways.
You guys you won 3 straight games coming out of the bye, including putting 37 on Pittsburgh a couple years ago. Is there coincidence, or is there something to the way you guys handle the bye week that you seem to really kind of hit the ground running coming out of it?
I think you should be at your best after the bye. You know, your body's fresh. You got 2 weeks to prepare for an opponent, and you know, if you're not feeling your best coming out of the bye, then you did something wrong.
The Steelers don't have as many sacks and pressures as they've had in years past, but they're very effective on passes downfield. Why is that?
They got great players up front. It's hard to hold on to the ball long enough to push the ball down the field. You know, teams haven't really tried to do that because of their guys up front. Teams try to run the ball, quick play action, get the ball on the perimeter. You know, you don't want to let those edge rushers, you know, get off the ball, make you push up into the pocket into their really good interior rushers. So you got to play the game a certain way.
They got to reconstitute secondary. Anything that stands out about those new guys or the way they're playing?
They're physical. They're really good tacklers. You know, their safeties are, you know, 2 of the best tandems in the league. You know, I have a lot of respect for those guys, the way that they're playing right now, the way that they disguise their coverages. You just consistently see them making open field tackles on plays that should have been explosives, and they come out and make an open field tackle to limit that. So, you know, we're going to have to be great in the open field, making guys miss and creating some plays.
Do you feel like y'all have to win out from here in order to have a shot at the playoffs?
I'm not worried about the playoffs at this point. You know, I'm worried about trying to play my best, be as consistent as I can, get our offense to an even higher level, and continue to, you know, create big plays, put points on the board, and I'm just focused on trying to be the best that I can be.
Do you have to do anything different with your wrist rehab to get ready for like a cold weather game, or is that something
I don't know.
about?
You know, that's a question that remains to be answered. I haven't experienced a cold weather game with that yet. You know, in the past when I've had injuries, cold weather does affect it. So we'll find out if you know, maybe I'll have a heater on the sideline or something. I haven't really thought about that yet, but you know, we'll see.
How do you feel like you threw that?
Could have been better.
Does a glove help, or I mean, in training camp you're doing the thing with the glove on and off. When you put a glove on, what does it help you in terms of your wrist?
I wouldn't say it helps anything in terms of my wrist. That's just something I've always done when it's, you know, cold or dry outside. Just to, you know, when your hand is dry, it's hard to hold the ball. So that's something that I've always done to keep my hand moist and be able to get that tack on the ball that I need.
As you're kind of looking at, you know, you're thinking about playoffs right now, and as you go through these next 6 games, how much are you, given your position and your role on the team, looking at holistically as to kind of how this thing is built and kind of maybe what needs to look like, not only for the rest of this year, but maybe beyond? How much do you think about that as you kind of go through these next 6 games?
You know, those are probably thoughts that I'll have postseason or, you know, towards the last couple games. It's not something that I've thought about yet.
Joe, do you reflect back on your first 11 games during the bye week, or do you just kind of put it all in the rearview mirror? How do you handle that?
Yeah, you reflect on things that you've done well, things that you could do better, things that, you know, as overall as a unit you could be doing better, or things that have gone well that you need to continue to play at a high level. So you think about all those things.
What things are you thinking you want to do better over the next 6 weeks?
Be more consistent in my ball location, and then when that play comes up to go and win the game, go seize that opportunity. There's every game there's an opportunity here and an opportunity there that you could have seized that maybe you didn't. So that's what I'm focusing on, is just trying to seize every opportunity that's there.
What was your reaction to the think Monte was coming back?
I wouldn't say I had a reaction.
Do you watch Russell play at all down through the years?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
What do you think of his game?
Obviously one of the best. He's been fun to watch for a long time. High level playmaker. I admire the way that he throws the football. He throws it consistently with great spin and velocity and touch to all levels of the field. I've admired him for a long time.
Have you ever talked to him, ever met him?
Yeah, I met him a couple times. Know his family a little bit. Good people.
What's impressed you looking around the league at quarterback this year that's really stood out in your mind?
I think Bo Nix is playing at a high level right now. We've had a lot of like opponents. Those are really when you have like opponents, you see teams on film. I think Bo's playing at a high level. I think Jane Daniels is playing at a high level. Obviously the big name guys, Lamar, Josh, and Patrick, they're always playing at a high level. So there's a lot of high level quarterback play across the league, much more than just those names that I mentioned. But those are the names that stand out when you watch them on tape.
When you're watching that film, obviously you're focused on the defense, but is it hard as a quarterback not to let your eyes drift and kind of critique and see what the other quarterback's doing specifically?
Yeah, you're looking what the defense does, but you're always watching other quarterbacks too. You watch what you need to on defense, then you shift yourself over to the offensive side on the same play and see, what the concept was, what other teams are doing on offense, what quarterbacks are doing well. That's always the fun part.
You've gotten to know Bo pretty well over the years, correct?
Know him a little bit, yeah.
What's been the most impressive thing? Obviously, he's had a lot of ups and downs throughout his college career, and now coming into the situation in Denver. Why do you think, knowing him as well as you do, like he's been able to succeed given all the circumstances around him over the years?
I think he's always looking for ways to improve, trying to get better. He called me a couple years ago, and we talked over the phone about, my process, my journey, and it seems like he's just always looking to learn, trying to find ways to get better and improve himself, and that's a recipe for success.
Before he went to Oregon, right?
Yeah, I think that was right before he had transferred.
Given what you guys have been dealing with as a team this year in terms of, a couple of you guys playing really high level and the record still being 4-7, does it give you more appreciation for the fact that like a coach like Mike Tomlin has literally never had a losing record before?
Yeah, I would say so. It's hard to win in this league, no matter who you have out there, and to have that on your resume, I would say, speaks a lot to how you do, how you go about your business day in and day out.
Zach said he is in good shape right now, but part of the plan is that he may not be a full participant on Wednesdays. How do you all as a unit go about making sure that doesn't hinder the process leading up to Sunday?
I don't think it does. I think T has enough reps banked that we've thrown every route in our route tree a million different times, and so we have the timing down. He knows when the ball's going to be there. I know where he's going to be, and I think it's good for the young guys to go in there and get some reps in those situations too, where T feels good, and try to get him to Sunday, and so we don't need those reps with T, and then you can put some young guys in to try to develop them a little bit.
How is playing Pittsburgh different from maybe playing Baltimore or Cleveland?
It isn't much. All three teams have really good pass rushers. They're going to be able to affect the throw in a lot of different ways, whether it's being physical in the secondary or getting your hands up on quick game or hitting you after the play. They're always pretty similar games.
You've talked about your leadership at times
I just told everybody focus on doing what you can do every day to try to get better and putting yourself in the best position that you can to try to seize that opportunity when it comes your way on Sundays. We can't look at the big picture anymore. Big picture doesn't look great. We just have to focus on the day-to-day, focus on doing everything with intent to improve yourself.
How important is that to not focus on big picture, especially when people like us do, and look at the big picture, especially for the young guys?
Yeah, I think that's the only way you can approach it at this point. I try to approach it that way every week from week one. I think that gives you your best chance of success, but at this point in the season, just focus on what you can do to improve. You're responsible for anything that you put on tape. Free agency's coming up after the year. A lot of things happen after the year. You want to put all the great stuff that you can out there on tape for the league to see, and I'm focused on doing that, being as consistent and as great as I can be week in and week out.
I think it's the first year since probably that 18-year no season, which you play, finish you're healthy, but haven't had kind of the stakes at the end of the season. It seems like you kind of understand the realism of what is at stake right now. How tough has that been? It's the first time since then you really might not have anything to play for despite finishing the year healthy.
Yeah, we're not out of it yet. It's it's going to take a lot for us to get in, but at this point, just focus on what you can focus on, control what you can control, and that's trying to get better every week, putting great stuff out there on tape, week in and week out. That's what I'm focused on doing.
You talked in the offseason about bulking up to withstand the punishment and the hits, and do you feel, as it's moving into December now, do you feel like that's been beneficial? Do you feel better at this point in the year than maybe years past?
Yeah, I would say I always feel pretty good, at this point in the year when you're healthy. But yeah, I feel great right now. I feel like I'm moving the best I've ever moved. My strength is there, my weight is there, so I'm happy with where I'm at.
Took quite a few hits in the 2 games before the bye. Was there a point in the bye where you were like, all right, I'm not sore?
By Tuesday, I'm usually pretty good to go. You're always sore on Mondays, whether you take hits or not. Monday's usually pretty rough, but then by Tuesday you get in there, get your lift, and then usually by Wednesday you're pretty good.
With Thanksgiving tomorrow, what is it that you're thankful for this year?
Thankful to be healthy currently. Thankful to be playing quarterback in this league. Thankful for all my friends and family. Excited about the opportunity that I have week in and week out to go and prove myself and show all the hard work that I've done for a long time. So, I'm always grateful for that opportunity.
So what's on the menu?
Ham, green bean casserole, a little pumpkin pie, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see what else. Usually little mashed potatoes, too.
No turkey?
Maybe a little turkey, but mostly ham.
What's the one dish that's always on the table that should not be on the table, in your opinion?
I don't know. I'll eat just about anything, for the most part.
Would you like
Speaking
to
of
play
tables, are you a ping pong table guy?
Depends on my mood. We played a little bit this week. I used to be a big ping pong guy. Haven't played in a while, but maybe since it's back in there, we'll get a couple games in.
You think it helps? Does it help with, we're talking about bonding and camaraderie? Does that help?
Who knows? Can't hurt.
Do you want to play on Thanksgiving Sunday? Would you like to?
Yeah, I would love to play on the holidays. That's something I've always wanted to do since I was little. Play on Christmas, watching the NBA games. I wanted to play in those. Watching the football games on Thanksgiving. That's something that I've always wanted to do. Having families get together on the holidays, watch me play football. I think that's an exciting opportunity.
How's the jumper right now?
The what?
The jumper.
Jumper's pretty good right now. Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, Kevin Durant today kind of came out and said he believes in you more than anyone else when he was asked about his playoff predictions. What's the connection between you and Kevin Durant?
We just met each other a couple years ago. Got to know each other over the years. He's become a friend. I always enjoy seeing him, hanging out with him. Watched a couple UFC fights together a couple years ago. That might have been last who knows at this point when that was, but it's always good to see him and talk about your process, your greatness, and everything in between. So I've gathered a lot of information and gained a friend, I would say. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Say that again?
How do you feel after the bye?
I'm good, feeling good, fresh.
What was it like, I guess since we're talking about basketball players, what was it like meeting Steph? Was it the first time you played double before?
Yeah, that was my first time meeting with him. Draymond put in a good word for me to get a jersey, so thank you. Yeah.
How long did y'all get to talk? I mean, it was just kind of there courtside?
We just talked for a little bit, just admiring each other's, game and stuff like that, so it wasn't too many words said.
What's it like hearing that from a guy like that who's considered one of the transcendent players in the game's history?
Just meaning he got a lot of respect for me, and I'm going a long way. Just need to keep going.
So what do you say about your game?
He just telling me I'm balling right now. I ain't gonna say what Draymond said, but he just said I'm balling right now. I hung out with Draymond a few times. We seen each other in Paris for Fashion Week, and that's when we started to chop up a little more.
Think you could score on Steph?
I could score on him. I probably can't check him though. Yeah.
Is there a parallel there? Steph's had tough seasons where they haven't reached their goals as a team, but his game's never dropped off. His career, is that something you hope to say when it's all said and done here?
Like Steph, you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's mad consistent with a lot of things he do. If I had someone to strive for to be more consistent, like it would probably be him too. Yeah.
Are you surprised you're the only receiver still with 1,000 yards after the Riders?
Am I surprised?
Yeah, you're the only one with 1,000.
Not really. Not really.
Why not?
Put hard work into that. A lot of hard work in that.
During the bye, do you really tone it down, or do you stay after it, cardiovascularly and strength-wise? And do you change anything this year that you've done in the past, or is it pretty much the same?
I didn't really. I just relaxed this whole bye week. Spent time with my family. Had Thanksgiving on Thursday last week, so that was pretty much all I did. And I got the same routine. I don't really try to change nothing I do.
Did you get to have any of the Louisiana food you always talk about?
Yeah, moms and cousins and auntie threw down for me.
What'd you have?
Bell peppers, stuffing, sweet potatoes, macaroni, pasta, spinach, roast beef.
So you already had it. You're not having it tomorrow?
Oh no, I'm getting some food sent here to me. Yeah, need that.
Joe said that the best thing that y'all can do at this point is kind of focus on everything small picture and not really worry about the big picture, knowing kind of where it looks. You kind of maintain that same philosophy, like we can't at this point. We just got to focus on the small stuff and just hope we can put ourselves in position down the road.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we just got to control the things that we can control, and that's trying to finish the game and win a game. But we got to take that one play at a time, and we know it's always come down to one play in every single game that we've lost this season, so that's what it's going to come down to.
Have you had to take on more of a bigger leadership role than you maybe anticipated? I mean, I know, like, you said your leadership style is more like how do you play, not some big talker, rah-rah guy.
Mhm.
But given kind of how the season's gone and the level that you're playing at, like, have you had to elevate your leadership?
Not really. I might say a few things. The most I say is just really getting the guys lined up in the right spot for real, cause since we do a lot of moving. But I don't really, I try not to do nothing that I don't normally do.
This Pittsburgh secondary seems to be pretty solid, one of the best in the league. What makes them so good this year?
They up front killing it right now. They secondary pretty smooth too, but they up front is really the biggest key right now, and they got good linebackers too that's moving around.
They don't give up the big one, right?
Big play, you mean?
Yeah, they don't.
Not too many big plays. A lot of the interceptions was pretty much thrown to them too. So.
Does that change how you approach things, knowing how they are up front when you go against a team like that?
Not really. I mean, a little bit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I got to beat the D ends and D tackles from trying to make a play, so I got to speed my route up. But at the same time, I still got to try to be in sync with Joe. You know.
You've got your fair share of DB rivals in the league. Where does Minka stack up to that? How much you enjoy God?
Minka not even ranked on like my most hated list. I don't got a problem with Minka. He just caught me at a heat of the moment that one year. You know.
Are you willing to share your most hated list?
No. Of course not. We're not doing that one.
Are anyone still on the schedule coming up?
No comment.
Is this one of the best tackling secondaries that you play against?
I don't really see him like that. No. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see him like that. I feel like LA did a real good job on tackling. They linebackers and stuff. Not really a secondary, but you know they linebackers.
Do you enjoy the beefs?
Do I enjoy what?
The beefs?
The beef?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? It's fun. I like the thrill. I love the excitement that comes with it. The trash talking. No, everybody's not really down for that, you know?
Do you like the ones that talk back?
Sometimes. Sometimes I ignore it. Sometimes I'm ready for it.
Is there like a game respect game aspect of it too at some point? Maybe not now, but at some like maybe in the back of y'all's minds, or it's like even if y'all hate each other, there's a lot of respect for the way y'all go about things. Or no? Do you allow that?
That's probably what's the guy's name playing Tennessee? What's that's probably why we got most beef. But I don't, you know, I'm not gonna keep going. But I think that's why the beef is like that though.
Because there's so much respect.
Right. I think that's why. Yeah.
Jamar, how many in a row do you think you guys have to rattle off here to really get back in it?
I don't know, man. I've never been in this spot. I don't really know if it's in our hands or if other teams got on. Like I don't really know how that works for real. But you know, we just got to worry about one game at a time right now, and just focus on when we get those one play opportunities that's gonna change the game.
Obviously, you've posted big numbers this season personally, but how hard has this season been? You said you've never been a part of something like this with so many games coming down to the end, coming up short.
I mean, it's adversity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been through a lot since I got here. You know what I'm saying? There's just another part of adversity we face, and we just got to get through it, learn from it, and it's just gonna get us greater in the end.
Is there anything that you do differently when you're playing in a really cold weather game to make sure that your hands stay what they are?
Besides a hand warmer, I put on some warm skin. I try not to put too much on because Joe gonna scream at me.
What's warm skin?
Warm skin, it's like cream or like lotion we put on to like keep us warm.
Joe screams at you a lot.
Because it gets on the ball.
Yeah, get on the ball. You said Joe does what?
I just said he screams at you a lot.
He screamed at me in college for doing it. Maybe he told me he's not throwing me the ball unless I take it off. So,
How many times do you won?
like, anytime it was mad cold, anytime it's cold, like mad cold, like KC, yeah. The Buffalo game, that was the only game I didn't wear it for some reason. When it was snowing, I didn't wear it that game. But usually I do put it on.
When's the last time you wore it?
We've been having no cold games lately.
Right, so I mean, I'm thinking the coldest game you ever played was that New England?
KC.
Yeah, run the ball. Let's get out of here. Run the ball. Let's get out of here, man. You know.
What was the game at LSU when you got promoted?
Ole Miss game at Ole Miss.
It's been a while since you wore it.
Oh, he threw it to me. I took it off. That's why.
Wait,
Yeah.
so what did he say?
We got in the huddle. Well, I think this was like, I don't think the game started, and I was walking like towards going on the field, and I think I bumped him, or like he must have seen me like shiny, and like he touched me and was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's some stuff." He's like, "Bro, take it off." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Bro, I'm not throwing you the ball if you got it on." I was like, "Okay." I just took it off right there, so it was cool.
Define cold. How cold does it have to be before you put something like that on?
If I could see my breath when I'm breathing.
Why didn't you wear it at Buffalo?
Why? I don't know, man. I think I was excited that it was snowing. So I think I just wanted to feel the snow. I don't know.
Was it the first time you ever saw the famous picture of you and Minka? Did you laugh?
Yeah. I was going to use it, but it's not the right time to use it yet, you know?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna post it one day.
Oh,
Why
just
not?
have it.
Yeah, make it laugh and stuff like that, you know. So it's just memories, man.
You have it up anywhere? You have it?
Nah. I don't have it like on my poster or nothing like that. Nah.
How'd you come up with the idea to like wipe the football as your touchdown celebration?
Steve Smith. That's one of them. If you know, you know. Steve Smith celebrations. You know.
Was it with the font?
I didn't get fined. Who said that? Thank God I didn't get fined, because it would have been in my. Y'all realize I was going the whole week and I ain't have no paper in my locker, right?
We didn't know. We didn't know.
Okay. I just want to make sure. 'Cause I don't want no more fines. Can you pay for it though?
We ain't got paid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
With,
I'm pretty sure you can.
with Thanksgiving tomorrow, when you sit back and think this year, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful to be alive every day. Thankful to have my friends and family around. And just thankful to just, be in the position I'm in right now.
When you reflect back on the bye week to your performance for 11 games, I mean, you were Triple Crown guy at the 11-week mark. Satisfied, or you still feel like there's meat on the bone? What's your feeling?
That's a lot more to achieve right now. There's a lot more I can still go for. But, I'm just playing as I go, making plays as I go. Just trying to be a playmaker for the guys. Cool. Appreciate it, y'all.
Thanks, Jamal.
Have a good one.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.